Newcastle fan, hold on tight. Simon Jordan has just dropped a bombshell and absolutely went in on Newcastle, saying we swapped one problem for another by selling Isaac and bringing in Wissa. That's right, he even called both of them stinky and threw even more fuel on the fire. Want to know the full story? Stick with me, because this is the main headline of the day, and you do not want to miss it. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by a fan, for fans, who love Newcastle United. You blinked, and Newcastle are making headlines everywhere. Today I've got 3 huge updates that everyone's talking about. And trust me, the last one is absolutely explosive. But before that, we got 2 very important stories you need to know. So come with me all the way to the end of this video. Oh, and let me tell you something. The other day, Chelsea fans were in the comments saying this Newcastle channel won't grow because our fan base is too small. Shall we show them what the black and white army is really about? If you love Newcastle and want to see this club flying higher and higher, hit that subscribe button right now. It costs nothing, but it makes all the difference. Let's shut them up together. News 1. Yoane Wissa is a Magpie. Fans, after one of the longest transfer sagas of the summer, the wait is finally over. Yoane Wissa is officially a Newcastle United player. It went right down to the wire on deadline day. Nerves were stretched to the very last minutes, but the Magpies pulled it off. The club spent £55 million to bring the striker from Brentford and hand him the famous number 9 shirt, one of the heaviest and most iconic shirts in football. And don't think it was easy. Newcastle had already seen 2 bids rejected. Brentford stood firm. But Wissa dug his heels in, made it clear he wanted to wear black and white, and eventually the deal got done. The result? Another big signing to strengthen this squad in what promises to be a very tough and exciting season. Now, if you look at the numbers, you can see why Newcastle pushed so hard. Last season, Wissa was outstanding. 19 goals in the Premier League, the best tally of his career since arriving in England back in 2021. In total, he scored 49 goals in 149 games for the Bees. He is a proven finisher, and he arrives in red-hot form, ready to take on responsibility. But it's not all perfect. There's one detail that already has fans a little bit worried. Wissa will be playing at the Africa Cup of Nations with DR Congo. That means he could miss up to 3 massive games in December against Chelsea, Manchester United and Burnley. Depending on how far DR Congo go, he might even miss more. So Eddie Howe will have to find solutions to cover for him during that spell. Even so, Howe couldn't hide his excitement. He said Wissa is a proven Premier League player with pace, power, work rate and, of course, a natural eye for goal. Howe pointed out that he's not just a scorer, but a hard worker for the team, exactly what Newcastle need in their attacking style. And Wissa himself is already the kind of things that get fans buzzing. He said he's absolutely delighted, that he's always dreamed of playing for a club this size, and that he can't wait to step out in black and white. He even added that he's got faith, he's got dreams, and is going to give everything to make them happen. So there it is, fans. We've got a new number 9 with confidence, proven stats, and the desire to make history at St. James Park. The big question now is, can he turn all that expectation into goals and trophies for Newcastle? News 2. Isaac breaks the silence. On one hand, Newcastle fans were celebrating the arrival of Yoane Wissa. But on the other, we had to deal with a departure that left the whole fan base torn between sadness and pure frustration. And of course, I'm talking about Alexander Isak. After days of complete silence, the Swedish striker finally broke the ice and spoke out following his controversial move to Liverpool for a staggering £130 million, the biggest sale in the history of the club. And here's the thing, it wasn't in a press conference, and it wasn't in an official video either. Isaac chose his social media to post a heartfelt message directly to his teammates, the coaching staff, the club, and most importantly, the fans. In an emotional text, he thanked everyone for the 3 years he spent at St. James Park, recalling moments that will never be forgotten. The return to the Champions League and lifting a trophy after more than 70 years of waiting. According to him, those memories will stay with him forever. It was a farewell that drew praise from many fans, but at the same time, it couldn't hide the frustration that came with his exit. And things only got worse when his agent, Vlado Lemic, decided to stir the pot even more. In an interview on English radio, he came out with some very provocative lines. saying, "It's good when you know who you'll never be with again." A clear dig at Newcastle, and one that really soured the mood. On the other side, Anthony Gordon stepped in to bring some calm. He posted a touching message to his former teammate, saying that playing alongside Isaac was one of the best experiences of his career, that their chemistry on the pitch was something special, and above all, that Isaac is a great person and a true friend off the pitch as well. A beautiful gesture, but it still couldn't erase the pain of seeing him leave. And in the middle of all this drama, the big question is, did Newcastle come out ahead, or did we lose out? On one hand, there's £130 million now sitting in the club's account. But on the other, we've lost a world-class striker who became a hero in just a short time and could have given us even more in the future. Wissa's arrival is meant to fill that gap, but can he really do it? One thing's for sure, Toon Army, this saga isn't going to stop here. Because losing one of the Premier League's best strikers to a direct rival like Liverpool, that's never easy to swallow. News 3, the main story of the day. And here we go. It's time for the big one, the story that's got everyone talking all over England. Simon Jordan, former Crystal Palace owner and now a radio pundit, simply didn't hold back when talking about Newcastle. With his usual sharp tongue and provocative style, he dropped a line that shocked even the fans who are used to controversy. One stinker goes out, another stinker comes in. That's right, Toon Army. Jordan claimed that Alexander Isak leaving for Liverpool and Yoane Wissa arriving at Newcastle is basically the same thing, swapping one problem for another. In his view, Isak pushed far too hard to force his move, damaging his relationship with the club. And now, he says Newcastle have gone and signed another player who pulled the exact same trick. But at Brentford, Jordan didn't stop there. He went on to say that Brentford came out of this deal much better, pocketing £55 million for a player who, in his own words, isn't worth that much. He mocked the Magpies, pointing out that while the club complained about Liverpool swooping in for Isak, they ended up doing the very same thing to get Wissa. For him, Newcastle were playing both sides of the coin in the same transfer window, victim and villain at once. And of course, that kind of comment didn't go down well on Tyneside. For many fans, Jordan's words were a direct insult, not just to the club, but also to the number 9 shirt that now belongs to Wissa. At the same time, though, some supporters couldn't help but wonder, does he have a point? Did Newcastle splash too much cash on a player who, talented as he may be, doesn't yet carry the same weight and reputation as Alexander Isak? The truth is, this is a proper debate. On one side, you've got the excitement of signing Wissa, a proven Premier League forward with strong numbers, energy, and the hunger to make an impact. On the other, the massive shadow of Isak, who left not only as a fan favorite but as the center of one of the most painful exits Newcastle have seen in the modern era. So here's the big question. Did Newcastle pull off a smart deal, bringing in a powerful striker while also banking £130 million from Isak's sale? Or did we fall into a trap, losing a world-class star and replacing him with someone who still has to prove he can handle the pressure wearing the heaviest number 9 shirt in English football? Toon Army, this is a story everyone's arguing about, and it's not going to die down anytime soon. Because one thing is certain, the season's only just begun, and Newcastle are already dominating the Premier League headlines. Now it's all about whether Wissa will silence the critics, or whether Simon Jordan will be smug enough to say, "Told you so." And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Wissa will shut everyone up and become Newcastle's next big idol? Or do you reckon Jordan's right and will regret this investment? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because what makes this channel special is exactly that, fan to fan, sharing our passion for the Toon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because here you'll always get the hottest Newcastle United news, behind-the-scenes stories, and everything that matters about our club. The season's already heating up off the pitch, and on the pitch it promises to be even more dramatic. So stay tuned, because big things are coming and you won't want to miss a single moment. See you next time, Toon Army, and get ready, because this season is going to be absolutely electrifying.